Welcome back, everybody. This is Mog once more. Mogscast playing some Kerbal Space Program, and today we're going to be doing the build, or the the launch phase for the Touchdown 1 rocket that we're going down, or well, we're going up to the Mun with. So this is it's pretty much the exact same that you saw in the last episode, though I have changed one thing. I added in 3 of the radial engines on this core stage here. And that's to make sure that it had enough thrust to weight ratio. I added those in there after some slight testing, making sure that we didn't screw anything up in the staging. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get going. Excuse me. So get my engines going, release that. We've got SAS on, and if you will notice, we do have Captain King Banshee here, who's been one of the recent people who've commented on one of the videos earlier on in the season and asking for a Kerbal knot. So welcome. We did recruit you in an earlier episode, and now you're actually getting your maiden voyage. So hopefully you get to see this one. If not, I'll post about it or I'll at least reply to your comment asking for a Kerbal knot. But that still stands. If anybody would like to have a Kerbal knot named for themselves on the show here, at least with a chance of getting used, drop a comment down below. The first one to comment on any one of the videos gets that opportunity if they'd like. So here we are, heading on up. We're about to run out of our initial fuel here, or our initial solid fuel boosters, and they're going to be kicking out pretty quick here. We drop to the second stage of solid boosters as soon as those burn out. Yep, there they go, and here we are launching off those ones. We should start picking up speed here relatively quickly, because it does fall for a little bit, but then kind of catches itself and zooms back up. As you can see, stabilized and now coming back up. Now, this is a little bit of a heavier rocket, so, surface is what we're after. It is a little bit of a heavier rocket, so I am going to pretty much push this thing up a little straighter than a normal arc would go with a well-built rocket because of the limitations we have on our tech. We're going to be shooting upwards a bit longer than we would, say, in any normal episode. We're just passing 200 meters a second delta V here on the surface speed, and it's about 8 kilometers off the surface now. I'm going to turn on some lights just so we have a little bit better contrast on this on the ship here, at least in flight, so it's a little more visible. Anyway, these solid rocket boosters are about to burn out, and we're going almost 300 delta V, meters per second delta V. Or why am I saying delta V? We're just going meters per second. It's not delta V. Kick those off, and now we get these ones to shoot. I broke off my lower engine. Well, okay. I'm going to relaunch and come back at you guys when we get up to about this stage. Okay, just about back up to where we were. And these are about to cut out. And then we're going to stabilize, launch those out, and then we're going to fire. Okay, we've got our engines all set up and ready to go. Then I'm going to try to stabilize our rotation because we've been spinning for whatever reason. And we're not losing too much speed, so I am actually going to tilt just a little bit. We're surely not gaining speed, so not very far. I'm going to tilt it about that angle. Why are you still rotating? Knock that crap off. Just hold your damn position right there, please. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're launching on up. I guess I should turn back on those lights like I had before. And we're definitely heading toward an orbit at this point. There's the Mun right there. That's where we're heading. Now, hopefully this thing, I mean, by design I built this thing to have enough delta V on its landing stage to actually make a landing, take off, and make a second landing somewhat close by, so it can collect additional, so that Captain King Banshee here can collect some additional moon rocks to bring on back for some good science returns, hopefully, and we should be able to unlock some new parts. Now, the difference between this one and the last moon mission, or Mun mission, I guess I should actually say, is that we also have some new scientific instruments that we'll be able to take some readings with and bring back for even more science. Okay, so we're at about 45 kilometers up. I'm gonna look. Oh! What the heck happened? Cheapers. Unstable rocket. I guess I'll meet you guys back up. I'm going to relaunch this thing and bring it back up into orbit. Dang it. I guess that's what I get for totally looking away. Okay, guys. We just ejected out that last core stage there. And we're heading on up to get ready to actually get into an orbit. We actually just got up to an apoapse that's outside of the atmosphere. And I'm going to shut down. I had some some trim set up apparently on the ascent, because I've been rotating pretty crazily. You may have noticed it in the original, or the first launch maybe. Anyway, we're on to our asparagus staging setup here, and I don't know why. I see like I'm spinning. I'm trying to correct for it, but I don't know why it keeps happening. It's like my torque isn't maintaining it from not rolling for whatever reason. Anyway, what am I doing? I need to be watching this. So about a 77. That's fine. Why don't we go ahead and set this up? Get ready to actually do the burn. So boom, we got that all set up there. That's actually going to be a lot. So 40 seconds is what it's asking for. I'm actually going to go for a bit shorter because I need to bring this back in, because that's like way not even. That's better though. So 37 seconds, so about 20 seconds, T-minus 20 seconds is what we're going for. Now, it's going to change because we're kicking off engines and everything. In fact, I'm going to go now, because now that I'm thinking about it, that makes sense. Because, yeah, I think that's going to increase as time goes, or as we eject more of these out of here, that is. But yeah, we're definitely making some speed quickly, and with the asparagus staging, it's definitely building rather fast. So not half bad at all. We should have more than enough to get out to the mud and back, and hopefully having an extra hop and a skip once we get down to the surface. So you guys have seen all this before. I'm not going to push you through the rest of the launch. I'm just going to come back as we get closer into the mun. Okay guys, we are here at the mun. We are coming down for our first landing. Right along the equator, and I'm shooting for, oops, I overshot, or I guess I overshot my burn. I'm shooting for this crater right here, because it's one of the closer big craters to this one, which is going to be our second landing site. So that's what we're shooting for. Calm down with the movements. Sorry, trying to make sure that we get that rebuilt back out, so that we can make a proper landing there. There we go, that's a little better. So that should be enough, I think, to get us in there. So let's zoom on down, and we're going to be getting ready to actually land here. That's the one. I'm going to burn up just a hair, extend out our landing a bit, and actually start slowing us down a little ways. So there we go. That should give us a little more room to get over there. Maybe not as much. Oh, we are directly over the crater we want, actually. So let's stop ourselves. Let's bring ourselves in for a landing. We should be able to get in there. Shouldn't be a problem to actually get a landing there. So we're slowing down our speed pretty darn quick, and as you can see, we are definitely starting to run low on tanks, or fuel in these tanks, but that's what they're there for. So looking okay. So we got our speed coming on down. It looks like our surface speed has been adjusted for, and our trajectory here, our what is that called, retrograde marker, is about straight up and down. So that's the direction we want it to be. We're going to be falling straight down pretty much. And we are falling right into that crater in a pretty flat area, it looks like. So why don't we zip it on down a bit. I got my lights on. We do have electricity. That shouldn't be a problem coming in here for a landing. So where is the sun in relation to us? Right there. So our shadow should be this side that we should see it coming in from. So coming on in. I'm going to kick in these engines a bit, since we are coming in pretty darn quick. Thankfully, with these many thrusters, with these many engines, we can actually slow ourselves very quick. So this is pretty good. This is not bad at all. We're just gonna kill the engines for a moment, let ourselves start continue falling a bit, engage those engines just a hair to slow the descent, or at least the rate of descent, or I guess that's the same thing. It's coming on in about 10, a little over 10 meters a second. Jumping back up though to about 15 as we cut off the engines. And there's a good spot, just pretty much at that first notch. We are increasing our speed, but we can click it just a hair and actually get that to slow a bit. So there we go. Not half bad, coming in for a landing. We've definitely got some lateral motion, but that's fine. We can land like that. Clonk on down. And we have touchdowns, so let's extend these ladders. Let's take a reading from here, shall we? Since we're on the surface. Get a scientific reading of 100. Material study from the Mun Midlands. You leave the sample bay doors open on the Mun and go do something else for a while. We get 100 scientific value. Let's keep that data. Why don't we take a look at one of these mystery tanks? We'll save the other one for the second area. We'll take that 40. We have a few other things we can take a look at. We got the barometer. It's in vacuum. Why don't we... Apparently we can't do a pressure scan currently, so let's shut that back off. How about a temperature? We do get a temperature, so let's log that. 32 scientific value there. Snag it. How about a crew report on the surface? 20 science worth. Take that. And last but not least, let's kick out Captain King Banshee. Grab an EVA report, shall we? Only worth one. Not gonna worry about that. Let's jump him off. Engage those thrusters and land him down. Let's take a surface sample. 120. The darker Midlands surface appears to be made up of ballistic rock. Or basaltic rock. Sorry, not ballistic. Read that as ballistic. Let's keep that data. Let's take we can't plant our flag? Oh, there it is. Plant that flag. And you are ecstatic. Oops, not with cap locks on. Midlands crater. Is it ER? Crater. That looks right. Let's put the captain's name in here. King Banshee. And you were just freaking happy. A little happy. So there's our flag. Hooray! Hooray! Let's jump back in and get moving. We're gonna run over to the other location and then we're gonna head on back home. Hop it on up and let's jump into the ship. And we're gonna be taking off, heading over to the big crater here. Is the idea. So we definitely have some fuel left. Can we tilt this thing up? We don't have enough thrust to do. Whoa! Almost kicked that thing straight over. Not what we would have wanted. Let's go this way. Is the way we want to be going on the 90. Yes. Zoom on in and double check that. Sure is correct. Okay. So we're making some headway. We're about to drop these tanks though. Boom! Let's kick those out there. Let's reset our landing legs because they did get caught, and we're gonna pull in this lower ladder at least until we can get landed. There we go. Shooting right on over to the center. That's perfect. Let's flip this thing over to the retrograde, or at least the direction it's gonna want to be. Right about here. And speed it on up. That is looking good. Coming down here in the main crater here. Figure out what this one is here in a moment once we get landed. Oops, probably don't need to be firing our engines just yet. Actually, we could probably do it here. I'm gonna try and land in that little one. No, I'm not. Oh my god, I'm speeding. Okay. Whew. I had time warp on. I couldn't actually engage my engines. Whew, it scared me for a moment. I didn't think I had control. Just my mistake. Actually, this is gonna take a little while to land because of or a little while to decrease our speed because we only got that one little engine. Now the thing about this engine is it doesn't generate electricity, but thankfully we have our solar panels, so we should be okay. Well, we're gonna overshoot that little crater there, but that's alright. We still landed the big crater here. That's all I really wanted to go for. And we are sitting at about 20 meters a second for our surface speed, so why don't we get centered here and just kind of wait this fall out. We'll do some time warp. The sun is there pretty much. Okay, the shadow is going to be right below us. So this is going to be an interesting landing. I'm going to re-engage our engines because we're gaining speed coming down. Not anymore though now that we got our engines going. Should slow us enough to get brought down here just fine. There's our shadow. You can just see it right there. The tip of the arrow. Oops, too much engine thrust. Let's kill those and start falling again. Getting close though. Still got our landing lights. That should help as we get even closer. And they're starting to illuminate. 32. Oh gosh. Whew. Okay. Not too bad. Let's bring our retrograde marker centered around that just a bit. We're gonna kill our engine so we gain a little speed. So we still have some momentum going one way at least, but we can kill that rather quickly. Yeah. Simple. Boop. Pretty, it was a little bumpy landing there, but I'll take it. Turn off SAS. Let the ship actually settle itself. Let's take another reading here from that one. Another 40. Seems to be dense here from the far side crater, so that's what this one is. Unfortunately, I don't think we can plant another flag. But that's okay. First landing spot's the one I want to keep, actually. So, we can't take another report from here, can we? We can just view it, keep the data. It's not really going to let us do another crew report, though, I don't think. Nah, we have to replace it. How about this one? 100 from the Mud Midlands. Did I actually mark that other one incorrectly? Whatever. As far as the flag goes, I mean. Let's jump out with King Banshee here and grab another rock sample. And EVA report, might as well. 32 for that EVA report, I'll take it. Put those away. Take a surface sample, another 120 right there, we'll take that. Extend that ladder, and we'll actually use the ladder like we probably should. And I think that's going to be all that we can really get for rock samples from this area. So let's put it all back in here, we'll store the data. Store experiments, and hop back in. We have about 3/4 or 2/3 fuel, I would say. Fuel tanks left to get us home. So that should be more than enough. It probably won't be enough to actually get ourselves landed on another area, but I kind of want to check this antenna out. It's a new one that we just got. That's kind of cool. I think it looks a lot better than, say, the little antenna that we had previously. Anyway, let's put that away. We're not going to be transmitting our data since we can actually bring this whole unit home. So if we launch out to the east, we can pretty much just extend and we'll push right back into Kerbal. So let's engage those rockets, turn on SAS, and get tilted. So we're cranking up. I should actually just readjust the camera there a bit real quick. Sorry about that. Flip ourselves over so that we're facing the right direction for orientation. Let's put away our landing legs. We can shut off our lights since we're not going to need them now for landing. And it doesn't really do much to illuminate ourselves, so we're definitely picking up some speed. Down to about a half tank. And we're about this far off the surface. Gosh, I hope this works out. We definitely need to get moving though. So let's get a little further away from the surface. Yikes. We are losing fuel pretty quickly. Hope this works. Alright. Let's keep it on that prograde marker and we're going to try to shoot straight for home. We're definitely getting out there. How are we going to look? Let's kill that engine for now. We're just going to coast up to that 600 kilometers off the surface. Extend this, and let's see what we can do. Push out. It's going to require a bit of delta V, but that should get us home. That much right there. 24 seconds worth of burn. I think we can do it. It's going to be a close one if not. So let's aim right where we need to be, and zoom on up there. Get ready to burn this one home. Gosh, I hope we can make it, King. I'll feel bad if I have to ditch you out here, pick you up with another ship in a while. Okay, 49 minutes, 48 minutes. Let's speed this up a bit more. Okay, almost there. Oh, I went past it. That's okay. We can burn this thing. Whew, this is going to be cutting it close. Much closer than I anticipated. Yikes. We'll make it, though, I think. I think just barely, though. Okay. We have it. With 14 liquid fuel, 14.7 liquid fuel, 17.9 oxidizer left in the tanks. That is next to nothing, guys. That is a much closer mission than it should be. Whew, but we made it. We got our samples. That's all that we were after. Mainly. Well, we wanted to get you home, obviously, but let's zip it on in here. That's gonna be a connection. It definitely puts us in the atmo. Absolutely. And as we get closer in, it's gonna slow us down. Yep, puts us back into a time warp. We are gonna flip this thing around so that the cockpit isn't the one facing the brunt of the force here. Shutting off SAS, and we're just gonna let this thing coast down in. Oop, oop, oop. Calm it down. Should be getting some re-entry effects rather quickly here. We're getting into the denser atmosphere. There it is. Let's kick out our parachutes, engage those. They should release here after a little ways into the atmosphere, though rather quickly here. You can just watch our surface speed just dropping as we go through the thicker atmosphere, and you can watch those G's just spike as soon as those as soon as these went out. The parachutes just shot up. That is fast. That is, well, we're slowing ourselves down very fast. And where are we going to land? Out here in the ocean near the eye, the big crater. But in the ocean, so it should be a soft landing, or at least soft enough once these all engage. So let's zip on into time warp here a little bit, physical time warp. Speed up this process just a bit. Coming on in, we're about 5K off the surface at this moment. Dropping quickly. Parachute should deploy here. Probably closer to 500, maybe between 1500 and 500, but I do believe they're set for 500. Slowing us down, we're under 100, so that should be more than enough. Our parachutes are about to engage. This is the moment of truth. Boom, we are fine. More than fine. We are going 6 meters a second, falling down, and that's going to be more than enough to save us. I'm going to deploy the landing legs just to give an extra, they're going to touch down first, to give an extra little cushion on the water. So Captain King Banshee, you made it home. You brought us some great science. And that should allow us to continue unlocking some parts for our next missions, to push out into the solar system surrounding Kerbal with the new career mode. There we are, we're landed. Tilted on over, and it didn't break at all. So why don't we go ahead and recover this vessel and take a look at how we're sitting. Back, we earned 509. Wow, that's actually higher than I thought. 509 science is what we brought home. So we got a couple of 120s. We got another 100 right there. Actually, that makes sense. Let's check out the research and development and see what we can unlock now. What did we get last time? We got some science instruments. We got some ladders. We got the batteries and solar panels. Excuse me. I got my beer in front of me, so I'm gonna do a little burps. Okay, so next time we can unlock these now. So let's take a look. We got some smaller radial engines, basically the probe body stuff. Some new, another probe body here. We got a different cockpit, the advanced stabilizer, some delta wings. We can start getting some actual jet intake stuff going on here, or just jet parts, I should say. We can do some Rockomax. I think I want to do the first of the Rockomax. How much is this one locked? 90? Let's take that. What's over here? We get the bigger tanks. Ooh, and the skipper. We're taking that. Definitely unlocking that. What can we do now? We can grab the adapters, the decoupler we're going to need, and the adapters. We're snagging those then. What do we have here? The bigger thing there. Ooh, we can actually get this. The larger parts. The cylindrical monopropellant, the monopropellant things there, the bigger parachutes, and a 3-person pod. Yeah, still 3-person. Minimum crew to operate 1. Okay, maximum of 3 crew. Yep, okay. Let's do that. Actually, what's this one? Ooh, this one's got some other good stuff too. Ooh, the docking ports. This one has docking ports. But firstly, I think we're going to go for this one. We're unlocking that, so that's going to be what we're doing for the next ones. And we actually have some bigger tanks now, Rocco Maxes, and a larger skipper engine, so that should serve as a good core at this point. We should be able to make some a bit more advanced rockets at this point with the larger stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and come back next week for another push out into the galaxy with some more science goals. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you then. Cheers!